Hi everybody, and welcome to the North Cascades Highway, Washington State Route 20, which is a focal point of the Mike Eddy, Stacia Gordon, and Bob Miller research team. It's late September. The skies are clear, the forest fires are done, school starts in a couple of days, but I thought I'd bust up here and try to enjoy the scenery. I don't think it's going to be too hard to do that. And I'm following along with the Marley Miller and Darrell Cowan second edition of Roadside Geology of Washington, and I'd like to start with that, reading in the back of the car, and then we'll go across the highway here to an exposure of the Golden Horn batholith. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so I just flipped you around. And following the guidebook, Marley encouraged me to stop right here. Well, you're not going to believe this. I know this sounds and looks like I'm making a joke. I'm not. This thing's sitting here. It's a beautiful hammer. So, is there a name on this? Nope. So I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to leave it here. If you're a geologist and you were here recently, your beautiful hammer was left by mistake right here along the highway next to the Golden Horn. So we're going to look at this bedrock in the forecountry. We're also going to comment on the bedrock in the distance there in the skyline. And that's all courtesy of Marley and Darrell. There's all sorts of beautiful outcrop here that I assume was just tossed down here by the highway crew after they dynamited to put in this road back in the 1970s. This is a mountain pass highway that did not exist before the mid-1970s. Okay, as I've done most recently, let's go into the back of the car here and enjoy a couple of things. So I have just started looking carefully at this section. I've earmarked just a couple of places. I don't think we'll do a whole lot here, but let's get out of the shadow of the iPhone. Got a new gizmo, by the way. See if it behaves any better. So we're on this Washington 20, and I'm out of hands, but I'm to the east of where it says Ross Lake Fault Zone. Actually, I'm barely on the. You know what? I'm barely off the map. I'm barely off the map on this. So why not show you a map that actually is meaningful to us? Oh, lost my bookmark. That's nice. Yeah, I don't like the highway traffic, but in this case, we got to do it. We got to do it. Okay, so here's a beautiful map. Is this also from the wonderful map maker? I can't remember her name at the moment. Talked about her last couple times. So I stopped in Twisp, looked for a pop-up geology spot. Think I found one. Decent Verizon coverage. Winthrop, tourist trap, whatever, kind of nice. And then up through, now let's get to the point. I've just crossed into the orange here, and the orange is gold-colored granite. And there's some other granite close by, which is much older, called the Black Peak batholith. So we have Cretaceous or 90 million year old granite that's here. We have much younger, 48, 49 million year old Golden Horn batholith in orange, EG. That's what I'd like to show you. But also in dark blue here, KS is part of the Winthrop Formation. What do they call it? Younger rocks of the Methow Basin, Virginia Ridge Formation, Winthrop Sandstone, and Midnight Peak Formation. Okay, great. So what I was following, and the reason I stopped, is that Marley has a little bit of detail for us. Boy, I'm not used to this highway traffic. Get over it, boy, get over it. So I just went up, I've been snooping around. Okay, near milepost 168, and that's where I am, on Washington State Route 20, you can see sedimentary rocks of the Methow Domain on the ridge to the north. From this distance, you can detect a subtle layering of the rock and a difference in color compared to the granite to the west. Okay, the Methow Domain. So I've been doing my homework, which is super narcissistic. I've been actually watching my old exotic terrain A to Z live streams from last fall, and I just last night watched the Methow and Hosamine terrain show. And I reminded myself of some of the details, but basically there's a bunch of sedimentary, Arcosic sedimentary units that tell a specific story not worth getting into here. It's not our focus. But the only thing I want to say is that the rocks that are up here are part of the Methow terrain. But this right here in the foreground is the Golden Horn batholith, which is a recent arrival, meaning Eocene. The crazy Eocene is represented here by a pluton. So let's see what Marley has to say about the granite that we're going to go visit, and then I'll close the book. The rocks of the Golden Horn batholith show off their distinctive gold color especially well on weathered surfaces. Okay, so we'll look for the gold weathered, and maybe the fresh exposures are a little bit lighter in color, maybe even white. An exposure across from the wide shoulder at 0.6 miles downhill from milepost 167. That's where I am, and that's where this this beautiful rock hammer, maybe it's Marley's hammer, I don't know, displays the rock's characteristic, oh boy, Rapakivi texture, in which plagioclase feldspar forms whitish rims around pinkish orthoclase feldspar. Look also for small clots of mafic minerals. Okay, you got that? I think there was a picture. Hang on. Yeah. So here's a very detailed photo in this book by Marley Miller and Daryl Cowan. Rapakivi, what the hell? I've never heard of that till right now. I don't really know what that means, but I do know what a beautiful looking granite looks like with two different kinds of feldspar. So let's look for that. Let's look for a penny also. That'd be fun. Nearby is the Liberty Bell Mountain, also made out of the granite, also made out of the Golden Horn batholith. Okay. Oh, we need a hammer. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's go through the bags quick. Oh, am I going to have to actually cut this? Oh no, here we go. Right here. Right here. I got all sorts of books and everything else. Okay, let's go over. Golden Horn batholith time. I could just go in the pile of loose boulders along the road, but that's so artificial, you know. I'm sure that's the highway crew dumping those guys there. So let's, I don't know, to me this feels a little bit more pure. I don't know. So I'll give you a chance to look. I mean, you can almost see some layering here, but be careful now. This is a granite. This is a pluton. This is an Eocene pluton. One of many Eocene plutons that we are going to be discussing this winter. That's right. I've got detailed plans for a new exotic terrain. Sorry. I've got detailed plans for a new alphabet series starting in November. I'm going to formally announce it soon. But these plutons, both Eocene and Cretaceous, are going to be big deals to us. All right, so on an outcrop scale, here's what this Golden Horn batholith looks like. Now, what did she say? She said kind of in weathered surfaces, it looks a little bit more golden, kind of like this. Oh, why not? Well, it puts up a fight. It puts up a, oh, this is good looking stuff now. Come on. Okay, zoom a bit and then come in. Oh, yeah. Now, where's the penny? I don't see a penny. Ha ha. We have a phaneritic texture. We can see all the minerals beautifully. God, I should bring some of this back to the intro lab. This is better than some of the granite that we have for our introductory geology students. I think I'll do that, actually. But I'm out of hands, and I don't know if I want to get too crazy with the detailed texture, but I just want to bust open a bunch. Now, on the true outcrop, there's some, I'll zoom back out. On the true outcrop, we got some lichen. We've got kind of these, what I was saying, maybe I interrupted myself. What looks like layers, but these are really fracture sets within this magma chamber rock. Typically, these large volumes of magma weather in these kind of sheets. It's almost like, it's called exfoliation. It's kind of like an onion. As this pluton material cools and, I don't know, maybe rises after it's cooled and the pressure decreases, you develop these progressive onion-like shells, these exfoliation sheets. If you're familiar with the Sierra Nevadas, that's something that you know quite well. Yeah, this is handsome. Let's try it again. A little too thick. I'm not going to get through that one. Let's come around this tree. This is pleasant, you know, when we don't have when we have a lull in traffic. Quite nice. Golden horn batholith. Now, all right. I'll zoom you again. Yeah. I'm a fan. Now, of course, I didn't prep. Of course, I didn't do all sorts of homework on the golden horn batholith. Michael Eddy has a paper that came out in 2016, I believe, just on the golden horn. And some of his points involved a very unusual collection of unusual minerals. That's all I'll say because I don't really remember. And he's also calculating kind of a quick emplacement rate. I guess I really should have looked at that paper before I hit record. It's in the car. I'm not going to dig for it. I barely found my hammer. But you see some black minerals there that are kind of long and thin. Those look to be hornblends to me. You see those shiny, long, thin, black hornblende needles? And then both feldspars are present, and there's looks to be some quartz here as well. I mean, I'm looking at this stuff for the first time, kind of through a camera lens, just like you are, but maybe it works. I think this guy's flying a drone. Or maybe they're buddies. So we'll see if we can get any information about what's going on. Hope not to freak him out too much, but oh, this other guy's got a still camera. Yeah, they really like this. I think I know why. I don't know what I'm looking at. I mean, probably golden horn batholith, but I don't know the name of the peak. Washington Pass up that way, but let's oh, there's a bunch of guys here. They're really into their photography. Hi guys. Just curious, are you flying a drone over here?
I am. You're Nick Zentner, right?
I am Nick Zentner, yeah.
I don't know if you remember me, but I'm Renee. I took your class like 6 years ago.
Renee?
That's so funny because he was telling me yesterday about his geology professor that he learned so much from.
We're just talking.
I'm Michael.
Michael, nice to
meet
meet you.
Good to see you again.
Renee, wow, what a small world. This is great.
This is great. Yeah, we were just over here. I was just flying the drone around. This is Michael, my friend, who just moved here to the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, Michael, you just moved here. From where?
From Kansas City.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so I was just telling him about geology in Washington,
Were you
all the
really?
things I learned from you and your class, and
Oh. Wow,
That
this
is funny.
A happy accident here, man.
very funny.
Well, I don't mean to interrupt you here.
No. I was just about done. The battery's almost dead, and
Okay.
we took some great photos from up there. It's very cool.
Well, that's a slick look. Is that a newer drone?
Yeah, it's one of the newer DJI ones, and it's just great, like great companion on these road trips. Going up and taking these pictures. Yeah.
So how can I see your drone stuff? Do you have a YouTube channel or something?
I have a Instagram account.
Oh, you do? Okay.
It's called Northwest Views.
Northwest
One
Views.
word.
Nice.
It's very not well attended, but you know, it's a amateur photography. That's all it is. You know?
Yeah.
It's cool. So
You weren't doing that when I had you in class, probably.
no, I wasn't. No, I did that later, and I really I don't do a whole lot. I don't pay enough attention to it, but when I do, on these types of trips, I'd love to take pictures.
Very fun.
pictures and
Yeah.
stuff,
Well,
so,
I'll find it. I've got it recorded right now, so I can remember it, and
for sure.
I'll share it a little bit. We'll get
Yeah.
a few more folks coming to your stuff.
So Michael, Nick does these 2-minute geology videos on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
You should Google that sometime.
Okay.
They're great.
You guys up there? Hey, great to see you again.
Good to
man.
see you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Nice to meet you,
Awesome.
Michael.
Cool. Well, I'll show him the videos you got on YouTube.
Please do. All right, we'll see you
care.
guys. It's a very peaceful Monday afternoon here. And now everything you see is Golden Horn batholith. We're driving through the batholith itself. So if you're from out of the Pacific Northwest and have never been here, and you're hearing me talk about the North Cascades this and the North Cascades that this is what we're talking about. This kind of terrain is what we're talking about, and we're just far enough away from my home that I don't get up here that often, and I now have more of a reason to get up here academically. Oh, there's an interesting trailhead right there. So this is the viewpoint that's at Washington Pass. We're going to stop and do this properly. Thank you. Washington Pass overlook. Ooh, I feel underdressed. I need a huge truck with a huge camper behind it. That's my bad. That's on me. That's on me. Let's see if I can blend in with my little white slug bug. You know, September is a terrific time to travel. Most of us are just not able, and when we had kids, of course, there's soccer games and basketball and volleyball and all sorts of things going on in fall to not allow you to get up here on a weekday. But those of us that have been able to swing it for whatever reason, retirement or getting a job. Well, that guy had a camera on his helmet. Could have been gnarly. Should have slammed on the brakes. Nah, she's in Zimbabwe. Oh, I don't know. Is this a huge deal? Yeah, it's a huge deal. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Now we're rolling through here. This is not my scene. Oh, no, I should. What the heck? I'm doing this for you, not for me. Okay, I'm doing it for me too. Oh, hi. Yes, it is.
Hi, we watch your YouTube.
Oh, do you?
We're actually YouTubers too, but
You are. You guys are?
nice to meet you. My name's Liz.
Hi,
this
Liz.
is Charlie.
Hi, Charlie.
Charlie,
Our
nice
channel's
to
The
meet you.
Adventure Closet, but
I'm filming right now, so let's get this on here. The Adventure Closet.
yeah. And this is our first day. We just started van life. We're doing a van life experiment, so today's
Oh.
our first day on the road.
Oh my gosh.
Traveling the country.
Yeah,
Are
you're
you
like
really?
our top 5 YouTube channel that we watch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
So,
Well,
Yeah, we
Well,
love your
hey.
stuff.
thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
You make learning fun. You do.
Thanks.
Well, what we love about it is that you tell a story.
Yes.
That's what captivates us,
Yeah.
like, because you can just you understand it better when it's a story
Yes,
Yeah.
I
and
agree.
you remember it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, cool. What kind of videos are you guys going to be making, or have you been making?
We just do adventure videos of hikes, mostly rock hounding.
Oh, okay.
Things like that.
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a card on you?
They're in the van.
Aw. But the Adventure Closet, check us out. Yeah.
I will. Yeah.
We, he's a photographer, so.
Oh, cool.
So we're gonna travel the country.
Oh,
photos.
that's so exciting. Well, great. Well, it's nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you.
nice to
too.
meet
Good
you.
luck to
Thanks
you.
for doing what you do.
Oh, thank you. You bet. Okay, this is pathetic, you say to yourself. This guy is so desperate that he's calling people the day before and saying, would you please go stand up at Washington Pass and I'll come through and get out of my car and I will film you, and then you need to say nice things. Ready, break. I promise. I promise. I promise. Hello? Hi.
Hi.
Well, you know, this YouTube thing is quite popular. You know? You don't really think about who's out there, and then at the same time you kind of do. So, Washington Pass. Let's enjoy this view. Hello. Okay. We'll step right out onto the Golden Horn Batholith. Yeah, this works, doesn't it? Does this work for you? I think this works for me. Eocene pluton the whole way. Beautiful. Glad I stopped. Glad I stopped. Wow. So you know what's embarrassing? I've never been here before. That is embarrassing. How could I have not have been here before? There's some alpine, glacial landforms over there, but that's not what we're thinking about.
I recognize your voice.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
I thought, I know that.
So that's the voice that does it. How are you?
I couldn't be much better.
Yeah?
I'm Tim.
Tim, I'm Nick.
I know you're Nick.
Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you too, Nick. What a pleasure, yeah. I'm a geology fan and was born in Chelan County and spent a lot of time outside and
Okay.
in the woods. We grew up hunting. That's what our mom and dad and my brother and I did. I don't hunt anymore, but I sure love getting out and I love geology.
Oh.
You know, all the things of nature are
Yeah.
so wonderful. The best stuff of life, really, for me. You
Oh,
know, humans especially.
yeah, yeah, I'm with you.
But, yeah, this is just magnificent. The dusting of snow.
Isn't that nice? Oh, yeah. Do you know this country well up here? I'm
You know,
kind of.
not really. No.
Mhm.
No, I do not.
Well, I was just commenting that it's embarrassing that I've barely been through here. I mean,
I haven't been here before. This lovely granite substrate and this railing is fantastic. I mean, look at this.
It is,
There's
yeah.
craftsmanship here.
yes, there is. Totally.
Yeah, and they did just a really nice job.
I agree. Well, hey.
My mother-in-law, 92. That's the reason we're out on this trip. She's waiting for me, so I'm going to catch up. I saw
Okay.
you. I had to come say hi.
Hey, yeah. Nice to meet
What
you,
a
Tim.
pleasure.
Okay.
Good to meet you.
We'll see you. Excuse me. Holy Lord. Are you kidding me? I mean, I took like 17 steps to get to this spot. You can do this. You can get here easily. Oh shit, man! I should check how many bars are here. I should do a live event here, for goodness sake. My heavens. Pretty good exfoliation sheets, wouldn't you say? The pluton peeling like an onion. What a treat. What an absolute treat. Well, it's the next morning, Tuesday morning, and I'm back to Washington Pass. I was just so impressed with this place. The views that are so easily accessible here at the high point on the North Cascades Highway. It's Tuesday morning now, and the light is gorgeous on Liberty Bell. Popular rock climbing area, Golden Horn batholith, and Eocene pluton, part of the Chalice magma story. So I'm going to take that same little walk that I did yesterday and enjoy some of the same views with some different light. It's a little quieter here. It's Tuesday morning, about 10 o'clock. There's a strong morning sun that you're looking into at the moment, but I think we'll have some views we maybe didn't have yesterday afternoon. Sure, let's go over here where we didn't go last time. Doesn't get much better than this. So let's learn a little bit of detail about the golden horn batholith. This is from a book by an Everett high school teacher named Jack McLeod. And he helps us here. The golden horn granite has many cavities with tiny crystals of quartz, feldspar, and rare minerals from, oh boy, enigmatite, never heard of it, to zetzerite, never heard of it. The golden horn is a low calcium alkali granite. The 48 million year old gas pockets formed when water boiled out as the magma rose and cooled just 2 miles below the surface. The golden horn granite makes up early winter spires, Cutthroat Peak, the Needles, and other mountains of the Washington Pass area, including, of course, the peak simply named Golden Horn. So he's got a couple of, oh, that's a loud logging truck way over there. Muffler boy. Microscopic crystals in golden horn granite gas pockets. Each mineral forms a different geometric shape based on the orderly arrangement of its atoms. He's kind of talking to a high school crowd. Those are quartz and plagioclase feldspar crystals. Now, this is kind of cool. In these pockets, I don't understand these little gas pockets. Does anybody? Does Mike Eddy, who did a paper 5 years ago on this? Golden needles of astrophyllite. Ever heard of it? Oh my God, what is this? Arfvedsonite and quartz. Wow, so Jack must be into mineralogy. Maybe he was trained, maybe he did a master's on mineralogy. Yeah, oh, and he's helping us with some of the Skagit gneiss that's available on display on Washington 20, a little further west of here. Yeah, so Jack knows this area well and has put a little book together for us. This is the last thing I'll show. So I've been just familiarizing myself with this Highway 20. I should know more than I do, but I'm making progress yesterday and today. And Jack points out some areas of interest, including the including the early winter spires and Liberty Bell. And I've kind of been able to soak in most of this. Well, I'm just out stretching my legs before I start driving back to Ellensburg and the start of school tomorrow morning. So, Liberty Bell, you're looking on the back side, I guess you could call it, the west side. So I just learned on the other side where we had the view of Liberty Bell this morning, that was the most difficult portion of the North Cascades Highway to construct. Lots of dynamite blasting away the golden horn batholith. All throughout the 1960s, those guys were working on blasting this road up and over Washington Pass, which was the most difficult part of the highway to construct. And the grand opening of this North Cross Highway, or now known as the North Cascades Highway, 1972. So I'm on a little day hike up to Blue Lake, but you know what? I think I'm turning around. The trail's going back into the trees. I got a nice sweat going, and I also wanted to capture what's to the north here across the way. So Highway 20 is down low, and it's dropping down right along the Ross Lake Fault Zone, by the way. If you look on a map, that direction away from Washington Pass, so in other words, towards the northwest, Washington Pass, Rainy Pass, Pacific Crest Trail through here, and then dropping down along Granite Creek. Granite Creek is almost straight, and Granite Creek flows northwest. Do you know why? Granite Creek is controlled by the Ross Lake Fault. The Ross Lake Fault, a major fault, is coming right through here. And so it's kind of cool that a portion of Highway 20 is following the Ross Lake Fault. Actually, it's a Ross Lake Fault zone. There's a whole bunch of, yeah, I get it. But let's simplify and visualize this little area here as being a significant Ross Lake Fault. That's the same Ross Lake Fault that the Dream Team was talking about down at Foggy Dew Campground, and having that major structure suddenly disappear when you show up at the Cooper, oh boy, Cooper Pass Batholith? Cooper Mountain Batholith. I'm getting there. Skagit nice. Oh no, sorry, no. Still, I think, Golden Horn Batholith here. So it's not just Liberty Bell, it's this whole area. The size of this pluton is very impressive. And this little parking lot at Blue Lake was packed. Everybody late morning kind of getting up to look at the larches. I'm not into larches necessarily, mostly because everybody else is. So we'll get a little bit of fall color here for you as we squint into the sun. Oh, why not? Let's walk a little bit. I was pretty bothered that there were so many people in the lot, but I've had pretty much the place to myself. I'm guessing I'll run into all of them as I start heading back. And they'll say, "How was Blue Lake?" And I'll go, "Great." Even though I'll be lying to them. All right, let's get down off of this knob of Golden Horn. Good morning.
Morning.
By the way, I'm intrigued now by these pockets. I don't know how to look for a. Well, yeah, it's kind of pegmatitic here. There's some nice coarse grains. Light's probably not good for you. Oh yeah, there's a hint of some of these vugs. Some of these. Okay, Mike. Okay, Mike Eddy. Okay, maybe I'm interested. Yeah, there's some quartz crystals hanging right here. Yeah, so extremely shallow emplacement of the Golden Horn Batholith. I need to do more with that. I need to learn more. Okay, don't fall, Daddy. Don't fall. Grab the tree. Moist logs. Needles in the fingers. I'm such a delicate flower. Okay. Oh yeah, here they come. Here they come. Thanks, you guys. Have a good time. know, this looks like an avalanche chute to me. But I enjoy avalanche chutes if we can get views. I don't know, does this look like the Cascades to you? It kind of does to me, I gotta say. Not exactly a Rocky Mountain look, which is so different, smells different as well. But it's one of those perfect mornings. You know what I mean? It just feels like a movie set. Smells like a movie set. Bunch of rain this past weekend. So pleased with the timing of that Lion Rock live stream. That just worked out. It could not have worked out any better. Weather-wise, logistics-wise, and I'd been meaning to do that Lion Rock pop-up thing for 2 months. Kept thinking about it. Like, should I do it this week? Is the smoke going to be too bad? Turns out the answer would have been yes. And that was the first clear day in like 3 months, I think. Thank you, gals. Oh yeah, these folks travel in packs. Don't worry, I haven't planted them. They don't have a script to read about how wonderful I am. You know I'm kidding about yesterday, right? Please tell me you know that I'm kidding. How's it going? Hello. And back into the trees all the way back to the highway, but I don't know. Do you like these kinds of scenes as well? We'll give you a little bit of this, why not? Okay, I'm starting to hear the highway already, so I think I'll sign off. Actually, I have a little sign off that I did yesterday that announces, kind of, our upcoming Eocene live streams. So, let's finish this video with my little sign off from yesterday afternoon. So I think I'll wrap up this video by making an announcement that this golden horn batholith and many other Eocene plutons will be featured among plenty of other things going on in the Eocene here in the Pacific Northwest. Featured when? Featured how? I like that alphabet live stream series that we had last fall. Do you remember? The exotic terrains A to Z. I learned a ton of stuff. I liked the way that we kind of laid things out. We had 2 live streams a week, and that got us from Labor Day until Christmas, essentially. Well, I've got things going on here in October, so I'm not going to start in October with this new crazy Eocene A to Z series. But I'm going to start it in November. And so keep an eye out for 2 new live streams per week from my home, hopefully, starting in November. I'm not going to announce the dates and the times yet because I'm still not sure. And I need to work out some equipment at home and make sure that what I say is actually going to happen. But just wanted to give you a heads up that I'm been thinking a lot about the Eocene since I did the Geology 351 class. And I'm going back and thinking more about the exotic terrains and loose ends with that. And so I'm primed now. I'm ready to get back into it and share what I'm learning with all of you. And I can learn from you too, as I usually do with your live questions, and some of you even emailing papers and leaving comments below the video with all sorts of leads and breadcrumbs to follow. So plenty to learn about the Eocene beyond what we did in Geology 351. So there'll be videos between now and November, but not live typically. But keep an eye out for that Eocene A to Z live stream series. Thanks for watching this short video on the Golden Horn batholith up at Washington Pass in the North Cascades. Thank you. I love you.